Welcome back to Stream It. We are finally talking about Godzilla versus Kong. This is like 3 months or more in the making.
Wow.
But before we get into that, I need to remember to do the question because I forgot to do it last time. What is your favorite monster movie that's not in the Godzilla Kong universe?
Ooh. That's a good one.
I feel like you could get creative with like what you consider a monster movie, you know?
So the first one, when you asked us this earlier, that popped into my head was A Quiet Place.
Oh.
Because it's like a little the monster that comes around if you get too loud.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
those
a
things are
good
freaky.
one.
Yeah. But what do it's our own interpretation of do like
Yeah.
aliens count?
Yeah.
Because like I love Independence Day.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, I've never seen that.
Oh yes.
It's an alien movie?
Yeah. Aliens invade Earth. And then on July 4th is the fight for Earth.
Wait, is that the one where they're in like big robots like fighting the aliens? Like the humans go in?
No, that's Aliens.
No, not that. Not that.
Pacific Rim.
Okay, that's what I'm thinking of.
I love that.
Oh. I'm thinking of Sigourney Weaver in that.
Yeah.
No, it's Will Smith.
Oh.
You know.
Yeah. Independence Day.
Yeah, Independence Day. Jeff Goldblum's in it. It's great.
Oh. Okay. Yep. I know what you're talking about.
It's a classic. See, I have one that.
Just say it.
Well, Rampage, because The Rock's in it.
King Kong 2.
Exactly.
Basically.
Yeah. Except it's like a white monkey. And then there's like a giant alligator, which is really fun.
There's a wolf.
And the giant wolf, yeah. But I don't know if this would qualify just because that's like another one of those like exciting big monsters, but actually not the best cinematic movie.
That's what this whole subject is about.
But what about Jurassic Park?
That's what I was gonna say.
Oh, sorry to
So-
take
Oh,
yours,
that's okay.
but like I feel like that's,
Dinosaurs count as monsters?
I don't know. That's the thing.
I mean, it's your world. Why not? Like, if you think so, then
So,
yeah.
like, the Jurassic Parks are great, so that's why
Yeah.
I would be like, I think that's another. But all right, I'll go with Rampage, so that Sarah can talk about Jurassic Park. But yeah, I actually forget. Like, I don't think it was a very robust plot, but basically, I think they're like testing, like, I don't know.
They're
facade?
definitely genetically mutated, and they're like the Rock's communicating. And then, guess what? There's a rogue scientist, right?
Something like that, and then they like get really big and they like go on a rampage.
Throughout the city.
Yeah,
I have seen that movie.
which is great. The video game was fun.
Yeah, classic.
Classic.
It's like an arcade game.
Yeah.
Put a quarter in.
Oh,
Right.
okay.
So I think that was some of the nostalgia behind it. But anyway, yeah. Rampage. Exciting.
Now I'm trying to think of something besides Jurassic Park. Because I feel like, I guess dinosaurs aren't really.
Oh, they can be. I'd be terrified if a dinosaur showed
Yeah.
up.
Well, it's like, you know, in the newest one, the water,
Yes.
and he comes up, he's like that's a monster
Yeah.
movie. Like when you do
Yeah.
things like that.
And they made one.
Or like the T-Rex chase and like all that
Yeah.
stuff.
I
Like,
just feel like anything that's big, I'm always like, monster.
yeah.
Like Jaws, monster.
Oh, Megalodon.
I was going to say the Meg. I
Oh.
was going to ask. You just
I've
recently
watched
talked about
that.
the Meg.
It's crazy because it could be like they could have been that big at some point. Just like
I
a
believe it.
Shark bigger than a whale, like enormous. Stuff that like I don't know. Just thinking about that stuff is fun for me. Or like the giant squids that live like wicked deep.
Yeah.
Like I don't. That's just like crazy. They're just huge animals.
Haven't
I
we
was
not,
wondering if there'd be like a hermit crab at the bottom of the ocean. That's just like
like in
huge, like
Moana?
the size of this room. Yes, exactly. I didn't even think of that, but yeah, actually, exactly like Moana.
Yeah, that movie was based on a true story.
Or like a really big lobster.
Well, haven't we not explored like
size of a
95%
crocodile.
of the ocean?
Did this just turn into a Neil deGrasse
I
Tyson
know.
podcast? Space.
It's a good topic, though. Ocean animals.
Just gigantic,
fascinating.
gigantic ocean animals.
The
But
only
anyways,
other
I'd get behind any gigantic monster.
Have you ever seen the kids monster movie Ernest Scared Stupid?
No.
So it was a series of movies.
I've seen
that
one.
Are for like which one? Ernest Goes to Camp.
I think
Ernest
it's
Saves
the Halloween
Christmas?
one.
That's
Oh.
Ernest Scared Stupid.
Oh, that scared me when I was a kid.
Yeah, when the monsters come out of the like Brussels sprouts,
Yes.
and the only way to defeat them is milk.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
That was one that was up there in my family with like Sandlot, Toy Story, that you played and you hit rewind and you played again.
Wow.
Yeah, we watch that all the time.
That one really scared me.
Mm.
We got it from Blockbuster one
Yeah.
night.
Video signals
Throwback.
for us in West Boylston.
Video signal. Adopt a video.
Oh man, what a time!
Now we can move on to the real,
Now the ultimate monster
the ultimate
movie.
one.
The ultimate. The
Godzilla versus
Monsterverse.
Kong. I guess, what were your initial overall reactions? We really hyped this movie up.
We did. And I think that might have been a little bit of a problem for me. No, I was pretty excited about it. And when we get to the fight scenes and stuff, it did not disappoint. But plot-wise, there was a lot of holes and a lot of conveniences that just kind of, some liberties were taken. And that pretty much any part with an actual human didn't need to be in the movie.
I was just gonna say, I needed no human talking to human content in
Millie
this
Bobby
entire movie.
Brown and the
No.
guy and the kid from
Hunt from the Wilder People.
yeah, didn't need
Yeah.
any of them. Not even sure why they were.
Right, that was so that the thing that I focused on the most was it seems like they said the story was around Millie Bobby Brown, Kyle Chandler, and the mom in the Godzilla King of the Monsters. And they were like, well, we got to have them in here. Kyle Chandler's in like 2 scenes,
Mm-hmm.
and Millie Bobby Brown is pretty much irrelevant. So, like, I think we would have been fine moving on from them. Like, I wouldn't have blinked if those 2 weren't in this movie.
Right.
And it was just like, oh, this is the Kong Whisperer, and here's a weird scientist that knows how to fly high-tech military-grade
Yeah.
spacecrafts.
All of a sudden.
All of a sudden.
But he can fly a brand new.
If those 2 just weren't in it, I would have been like, okay. They did their thing the last time, and they went and
right. It's too. I almost wish they did move on from it because they had some good. Like the whole Hollow Earth thing was kind of cool. That like there's this place where the Titans like live and come from, and like the whole like sky reverse thing, the gravity switch, like all that was like cool. Like some creative story writing, nice. But then like there's just like the lady from the organization when her crab little thing came out and like got a sample of Earth or
Oh, yeah.
and was just like, this is the power we need. Bing, like beamed it up
satellite
through Hollow Earth and
satellited the power. You didn't have to like put it in something and have it pull the power. It's just like, no, our Wi-Fi connection's great down here in Hollow Earth.
yeah, like and no one had ever been there, but they had a signal. They knew that they could communicate through it.
Well,
Like,
because
let's invent
Godzilla
this.
shot a hole in the ground, and that was able to. It really just.
Cleared a way for the. Yeah, there was just some things that were a bit of a letdown.
I feel like Millie Bobby Brown's plot was, I'm assuming, just so that they could have one person that was like vouching for Godzilla, because they had a lot of people on Kong's side. She was the one person who was like, Godzilla wouldn't do this to us. Like, first of all, how do you know that?
Yeah.
But and I feel like it was kind of like, I don't know if there's like a movie term for this, but it was almost like if the audience was too dumb to realize that like Mechagodzilla was bad. I feel like her I don't know the other guy's name, but her and the other two guys, I feel like their purpose was to be like kind of like gently like remind you like, hey, this is what's happening in case you didn't catch on.
Yeah.
This is what's happening.
Right.
But yeah, like beyond that,
And like
really.
there's absolutely like she could have done this like steal her friend's brother's van and done something crazy like that. There was no need for the podcast portion of it. What was that? Just like he was blowing a hole on the fact that a company that turned out to be irrelevant was doing something. That company like that he worked for, they just like brushed them aside. Like, no, we're on to a different company that's bad now, didn't they?
No, I think it was the same company. They just had an office in wherever Millie Bobby Brown lives, and then one in Japan, I think.
That connects through a
Tunnel.
high speed tunnel
High-speed
system.
tunnel.
Because it wasn't Monarch is the company that her dad works for, right? That is sometimes
sounds right.
bad, sometimes good. Unclear.
One of those companies.
This movie apparently they were good. Yeah, okay. So I thought, and then the other guy's company was just they made the machines.
Yeah, they want
that,
to
like,
make a Titan.
They're the ones who made Mechagodzilla.
Right.
Okay. Too many people also, that's the thing. You could have had maybe 2 humans that you focused on.
Right.
There were so many characters.
Also, why did they need the skull and the brain of like an old Titan? I mean, you know how they had that whole setup? Like,
Oh,
why
yeah.
not just like, why even bother with another Titan? Like, you have a machine made of like parts that is a Mechagodzilla, and you control it. Like, that technology exists that you can control a robot from like remotely.
Mhm.
You don't need like a link through a Titan to get that to work. Like, you can like move it.
Well, was that the missing link with the guy that was operating it? Was that the thing? It was supposed to like link up through brainwaves.
Yeah. So I think that like
So, but I still don't know why you need the.
it wasn't necessary. That's the
wasn't
whole
necessary,
thing.
yeah.
Yeah, like he could have just like controlled it, but I think they just wanted to be like
Well, they wanted a reason for it to go rogue, I guess, because it kind
Right.
of
No,
like
that's
it got
true.
its
once
own.
the power
Yeah.
hit it, it was like,
Yeah.
oh, now I'm
sentient. I can do it on my own.
Yeah. But from the villain's
And he, like,
standpoint,
fried
not
himself.
necessary.
Yeah, from their standpoint, they want to build a
Yeah.
weapon that they can control to fight Godzilla, right? That was their whole thing. Why do you need another Titan to do that? Like, you don't. It
And,
just
like, how did
complicates
they-
things to run all those wires through
Yeah.
and probes through the skull of
Is it one of those things where do you think it was just like we in the writers were probably just like, we don't want to make it too simplistic. We want there to be like, maybe it's like they're trying to do world building where it's like, now we can take this, now Mechagodzilla has been built and there's that technology, and now we can continue this with different things in this technology, and basically as a way to keep the like universe going. Because I feel like you could have stripped out about 30% of this movie, told the same story with just like more action and less confusion.
I wonder if the production with like COVID changed it at all. Because I wonder if they could have done, because they had like the Hollow Earth thing I liked. They like did one mission to Hollow Earth that like everybody, like Kong got to run through the world and like
Couple fights in there.
yeah, and but like, what if there was a different transport that like the company people were on? They like snuck in after or something. You know what I mean? Like they could have like separated it and made it a little bit more of like a, I don't know, a less streamlined like. Because right now they it was just very convenient that they were like all there together. They all got what they wanted. They all left, and it
All
was
on the first try.
yeah, like yeah. So it's like, I don't know. I feel like they could have developed those things and not like skirted through them so fast to make it a little bit more make sense.
I feel like that could be a whole movie if they wanted it to be.
Yeah,
That would have made more sense before this one, like King Kong Hollow Earth.
Right.
That's a movie.
well,
That's a
right.
good idea. Set it up.
It makes sense, right, to have like introduce it and then have a company trying to like get the power, like a resource thing. That's like the plot of Avatar, right? They want to like harvest the like power.
Buckle up. There's like 6 avatars coming out.
Well, but like right, so that's like an easy,
Yeah.
like that's a cool story you could like get creative with. And then you have these 2 titans that are pretty much like equally in strength and like ruling the world that need to protect it and like be on the like the human side almost. Like that's a good story that they can build upon.
Yeah.
Instead of making like tunnels to Japan and like Godzilla blow a hole through the earth, I feel like they could have done a lot more with it. Because other movies have done similar themes and been successful.
Yeah, and they even reference the first time they tried to enter Hollow Earth, everyone died because they didn't have the right equipment. And it's like, okay, show us that.
Yeah.
Not that I want to see a bunch of people dying, but like I kind of do. Like,
That could have been like a 4-minute scene at the beginning of the movie.
yeah.
Just like it burning up, like going in there and being like, okay, now we know why Alexander Skarsgård is so sad
Right.
and depressed.
Yeah.
They could have also thrown us some like Kong's family, like they live down there or whatever.
Well, there was a big statue. Who built the statue of Kong?
I know, but like even like a
Yeah,
throwback.
there was like pillars and everything.
like a throwback to like that civilization.
Oh,
like-
well, let's not think they're going to do a Kong prequel to like Kong Hollow Earth where they're like, was life when Kongs ruled Hollow Earth.
Yeah,
I bet that's going to happen.
that'd be cool.
Oh yeah. I feel like that was the big setup for that.
Yeah, so that's fine. I don't know. I just there's a good story there that could have been told, and they kind of added a whole bunch of stuff that didn't need to be in there.
Yeah. So that kind of goes into I thought it would be funny if we talked about our top WTF moments, because we kind of, when we talked about it last week, we kind of just like listed out everything that made 0 sense to us.
Okay, let's start with the Kong Whisperer and the fact that she told basically like the government or something that anything with Kong goes through me.
Yes.
It's like, yeah, I don't know. It's a gigantic monkey chained to a ship. I don't think you have too much say.
That the whole government is now involved in. Yeah, they're
Yeah.
going to call you up.
And then, just like her whole thing was like depth charges. Like she just said stupid like action hero lines.
Kong bows to no one.
Yeah, exactly. Jeez. The last time I saw her, she was in the town, and then it was this. Just falling from
So
grace.
she really upgraded. I think the Kong bows to no one was said like 10 times.
Yeah.
I was like, well,
that
clearly
was
he
the
does.
line. That was like them. They probably wrote that, and they're like, "This is gonna be you're gonna need a bigger boat." You know,
Right.
They're like one that sticks out, or help me, Obi-Wan Kenobi.
Right.
Yeah.
It's like the one thing that people remember.
Or in all of the trailers, Skarsgård was like, the world needs Kong.
Yeah.
And they put that in every new trailer they put out. And I saw a comment that was like, is there going to be any clip where he doesn't say this?
I mean, that whole fight on the boat was. I think Godzilla would have easily won that.
That's a home game.
Yeah,
That's unfair.
and like I don't even think the depth charges. Like he had him drowning. Like it
Yeah.
made sense. That was also when like the boat flipped or something, and was it Skarsgård's just like, wait, let me swim over to the one button that releases Kong. Like,
Yeah.
he's just like,
Oh, yeah.
like blub 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 blub.
But then when the boat flips back over, it's fine.
Yep.
Like the water drains out and it's still floating. And also, how did they know that Kong would flip it back for him? That was just a really nice gesture of him.
Yeah, while he's being attacked.
Yeah. I mean, the high-speed tunnel
That was a boat.
to Hong Kong or Singapore. Where was it?
I think it was Hong Kong.
Hong Kong? From, were we in Seattle? Portland?
They
Like,
just
where were
snuck
we?
into like a facility, and they're like, wait a minute.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
I think they were in like
They mentioned it in the first Godzilla sighting when he like destroyed the facility, whatever
it, like-
city they were in.
Is it California that they're in?
It must be, yeah.
Which
Yeah,
is
I thought
strange
so.
because in King of Monsters they're in Boston.
Well, they decimated Boston.
That's true. Fenway's gone.
Yeah, I put that in my letterboxd review of Godzilla King of the Monsters.
Oh, I didn't see that you wrote
Yeah.
a review.
There was just the Millie Bobby Brown crew they had a lot of WTF moments.
Which is a bummer because I like every one of those actors.
When they met in the little cafe or whatever, first of all, there was just like these two kids meeting this adult, and they were just all like, "Oh, hey, what's up? Like, we're best friends. Like, let's figure this out." And then they like went into this random story about the whiskey or whatever, and it's like, oh, I wonder what they're gonna do with that. Like, he's obviously gonna be in trouble and like either drink it because he thinks he's gonna die, or like it was such a obvious foreshadowing of like something. And then to use it to fry like a motherboard, it's like
I knew that
What?
was. I knew they were gonna use it to fry the motherboard when they're staring at the computer.
All powerful robot linked to the mind of a titan, and a little flask of whiskey's gonna take it down.
Yeah. It's just like the one button that releases calm.
Just
Sarah,
like,
you said this. You
unplug it. Like what?
I mean, you explained it earlier in this episode, but you said it like last week. You were like, their whole thing was expedition.
Yeah.
It's like, okay, we're gonna pause the movie now, and this is what's happening.
Yeah.
When you see these three, we're gonna explain everything.
Right.
Yeah. They did have one good when they first, I think, leave with the adult. Her friend is like, we're following a guy who's drinking whiskey from his dead wife that he keeps in his pocket. Like, that was the one thing that I was like, okay, that was pretty funny.
Yeah.
But then there's a part where I think it's when they get to Hong Kong, they walk through these doors and they're in like Mecha Godzilla's like room that's also like this weird like battleground, and a door opens up and another like not a titan but a big monster
Yeah.
comes out. And they all start running except for Millie, who's just standing there. And it's like
Yeah.
She's unafraid after her run-in with Godzilla 5 years ago.
she's way too cocky.
Yeah, that thing would have eaten her.
Also, why is she so like into this conspiracy theory podcast when she knows what's going on? She knows there's other titans. She's witnessed it. She's witnessed Godzilla fight them, and she knows that the company her own father works for might not be good.
And
What
her-
is she getting from this podcast?
Her mother was the one who was corrupt.
I mean, yeah, it's just like that could have cut out maybe 20 minutes of the movie.
It would have made more sense if she ran the podcast.
Right.
That would have maybe made a little more sense, and then someone could have come to her.
Right. The guy could have worked for the company and been like, hey, I saw this. And then they meet up. You know, just switch that.
Yes.
I like that.
God,
Yeah.
get us in a writer's room.
I know, seriously.
But also makes you wonder, like, when they screen tested this, no one fired up a hand and was like, okay, what are those three doing? Like, or was it, like, explained? No, they're just kind of simplifying the story.
I feel like it was like a, hey, figure this out and like get it to me by the end of the day. They were like, they meet the podcast and they take a tunnel. I don't, done.
They were
Right,
30
that's
minutes
it.
short
Put
of
it
the
in.
movie.
Yeah.
Let's go with that. I have to say what I did like the opening scene when Kong wakes up and like Skull.
Oh, yeah.
And he's just like,
I was a little, when that was happening, I was a little bit thinking, are you kind of ripping off Guardians of the Galaxy here? Just like chill music playing, like trying to be funny about
Oh.
it. And I was like, this is kind of a ripoff here.
You
I think
know,
it was different enough, but I like when he takes a shower under the waterfall. He's just like doing his thing.
what it did remind me of is the opening to Shrek.
Yeah.
It's almost the exact same thing.
Yeah. That's a good call.
Another cool thing was that like Kong learned sign language. Monkeys can do
Yeah.
that. Like that was cool. Like, and the girl there, like that is deaf and Like that was all good stuff.
Was she deaf or was she mute?
I think she's deaf, and because she was deaf, she was mute. Because you can't hear her.
Right.
I liked her. I think
And it was cool.
She
like,
was
they
good.
would like take all the sound out when it was like from her perspective.
Yeah.
I was like, okay, we're getting creative. We're like doing like that was cool.
they did that at one point. That was really, maybe it was when like, I think it's when one of like Godzilla or the Mecha Godzilla is like around her or something, that it just goes completely silent. They did it at a really cool part.
Or like when it was raining and she went out there. And it was
Oh,
like
yeah.
quiet, and it was like huge monkey, and like that was cool.
Yeah,
I feel
she
like
was
even
good.
that they could have done like some big thing, like the home thing, I guess. But I don't know.
I think my biggest moment, we've already talked about it, but when Godzilla fires the hole through Hollow Earth and happened to be right above where King Kong was. Which, that alone was crazy. But then when they were safely able to go through it,
Yeah.
and he
Yeah.
used
Like,
the
oh,
hammer
great,
to
this
like
is
crawl
excellent.
up.
Yeah.
How convenient.
How did they
Right.
patch that up?
My question with the hole is, the center of the Earth, the core, there's magma. We're on top of liquid magma at all times. Did it just cauterize? Did the hole
No, I
cauterize
think
all the
it
way
goes-
down?
I think it goes like Earth, like the Earth's crust,
Mm-hmm.
and then Hollow Earth was like around that, and then the core was still.
Okay, we didn't get to the lava. That's
We're
it.
not even at the lava. yet.
Okay.
That's below Hollow Earth.
But didn't they see lava?
I mean, there might be some lava like mixed in.
I'm just saying, lava's dripping. If we're going through lava, at some point it's just dripping down on Kong.
Also, the whole gravity shift thing, like they kind of just went right up the hole, like it was like a 10-foot hole.
Yeah.
Yeah, wouldn't that have taken a really long time to go through that tunnel, even if you could safely somehow do it?
I think it would have taken a while. Also, probably would have taken a while, even with Godzilla's fire
Yeah.
breath, to cut that.
Yeah.
That's a lot of material to go through.
But I guess
Also, he was on his way to go fight, like he was like walking through the city to go to the company's holding place, and he just stops and it's like somebody's messing with the power.
yeah.
Like what? Also, when they do
Oh,
get
boy.
back, they fight, and Kong's like almost done, and they're just like, "Oh, we need to save him. We'll blow up the new machine that is apparently also like a defibrillator and can save."
Yeah.
Like, how did they know that machine could do that?
I don't know.
The same way they knew that the machine would get through to Hollow Earth.
Right.
Because they were just like, it will. That
Just
was the
trust us on
guys.
this.
That's
And
what
they
they
did
should.
like the humans like diving away from it. and
That's
then
like-
Kong's like
That's the stuff.
what?
That's the stuff where it's just like, make it about the monsters. Like,
I feel like
we don't need all this
They
extra
kind of
stuff.
do this in Transformers too. It's like, how much help are the humans really when you've got robots or monsters fighting each other? It's like they're no help.
How is Transformers not your favorite monster movie?
Well, I didn't know.
They're alien machines from a different world.
Oh, then it is. But I didn't think. I was like, those aren't monsters. Please.
This is cinema.
Those are,
Educate
those are
yourself.
educated, brilliant beings. What was I saying?
Just a lot of nonsense. No, but like, how much do humans really help these?
Oh yeah, they're like not helping. Like they like tried. It's kind of forced for them to use their ship to blow up just to shock Kong's heart to like get him back to life. Like it's just not
The first one with
realistic.
Bryan Cranston, I think of the three had the best human involvement, but it still wasn't good. But it was the
All
better.
the humans do is like observe what's happening.
And
They're like,
shoot-
Yeah.
oh my god, there's a bunch of Titans now.
and they shoot unnecessary missiles at them like it's going to do anything.
Yeah.
It's like by the
We
third
need air
movie,
support. Why?
by the third movie, they're swatting away fighter jets like mosquitoes. Just be like, we're our hands are tied here. Hopefully Kong can do this. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah, like how would they not learn that they cannot kill them?
Right.
Stop trying.
Yeah. Bring in the heavy artillery.
Yeah.
Nope, we don't have anything.
Like there's a part in the first one. I recently watched it. That's why I remember this. They're evacuating the city across a bridge, and it's mostly children and school buses. So you'd think, like, let's make sure they get off of here safely. Godzilla's kind of going underneath it, and he's just passing through, won't bother them. But they start shooting him with tanks while he's under the bridge, and they're on top of it. And then he, like, flies up and breaks the bridge in half. And, like, everyone dies. And it was like, well, what did you expect?
Yeah.
He was
exactly.
just swimming.
divert him in a different direction.
Yeah.
It just doesn't make sense. I think this would all go away if Optimus Prime just like came in and
Do you
handled
think
things.
he could hold his ground?
Optimus Prime is just sitting up on what's the name of his?
Optimus Prime would finish this
What's
fight.
their planet called?
I forget.
Anyways, he's sitting up there and he's like, "No, not our fight. Not
Yeah.
our fight."
Optimus could easily handle Kong and Godzilla and Mecha
Who just
Godzilla.
bash their heads together.
Yeah. He's way more agile
So do you
than a
think
monkey.
that there's
He also
going to
has a
be
sword. Sorry.
And a T-Rex that he rides.
Oh, that's
Although,
right. And Mark Wahlberg.
If he's the size of a truck,
Oh, he's small.
yeah, he might be a little small.
Oh, I didn't even think of that.
Now that I'm actually thinking about it, if he was the same size, no problem. But I feel like Optimus might be like
Wait, that's
like,
really
the
funny.
size of his like leg.
Yeah.
Because Optimus can stand in the street and like
Yeah.
he like fits in the street, but he's like almost the size of like, or he's like half the size of a building, whereas like Kong and Godzilla are
Oh
like
my God.
5 buildings high.
Yeah. Although, when they transform, they seem to get bigger
A little bit,
because
but even still, he seems bigger than a Mack truck, but he's still can fit in the street
yeah, true.
Mm.
or like swing off a bridge
Yeah,
or run through a forest. You know what I mean? Like,
Mhm.
and he's not bigger than the trees.
we get it. You've seen all the movies.
So I mean, maybe it would be a tough hill to climb to fight Kong and Godzilla. But if he had all of the Autobots,
Right?
They just like swarm,
Power
climb up the
numbers.
legs.
yeah, they shoot things. All right. Anyway, we could do another show on who would win. Actually,
just
that
have
would be a funny, quick question,
Pair a bunch of them together.
and do like who would win. Like,
That is a good idea.
That's like I've played that game before with other characters, and it's
yeah,
fun to think of.
We could each come up with like 2 pairs.
around.
Yeah. And then just go through it. Stay tuned for next week. So what do you think that they're gonna make like a series out of this? Like keep it going?
Yeah.
Because they have a lot of other Titans.
I think they'll do more. Yeah.
I think the monster verse is like going to be a thing they try and get off the ground.
I mean, I think they've got a good run going. I wouldn't mind seeing more Kong. Like they had Skull Island and like there's been a couple, like 3 Godzillas and 2 Kongs.
Yeah.
Yep.
So now that Kong's like full size and like I feel like he could be in some more movies.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe explore Hollow Earth a little more.
Oh yeah, I feel like they have to.
Yeah.
Because they've also referenced it in the other movies a lot.
Well, that's
And-
the like you said, Kong Hollow Earth, or just like Hollow Earth, like World of the Titans. I don't know, but
Yeah.
you just like it allows you to be like, we're going back in time. Here's a bunch of new actors. We don't have to tie anyone else. It's like what they did with Skull Island.
I mean, the original, like this ancient rivalry. Like, yeah, show me Kong and his army and Godzilla and his army.
Yeah.
Like just lizards and monkeys fighting each other.
Yeah.
and moths.
Sure.
Any final thoughts on
Worth the
GBK?
I
hype.
think we covered it. It was fun. Final
It was
thoughts
fun.
It was fun. I liked the fight scenes, and like Kong was lovable, and it was exciting.
The way I heard it put by someone, and I completely agree, is it was a stupid, enjoyable movie.
Yep.
And it's the definition of a blockbuster, and it's too bad we didn't see it in the theater.
Right. Side note, it was fun to kind of have that blockbuster vibe where like, it doesn't really matter, but it's just like a fun action-packed like, thing, because I feel like we haven't had that
Yeah. No emotion.
because of COVID.
Like,
Yeah,
No.
just entertainment.
Right.
My question is, on set, as Millie Bobby Brown is watching this all get filmed and done, is she like, this is the Upside Down. You guys just ripped us off. This is my second movie with an Upside Down. And have we
That's
found Barb
true.
yet? Like,
Right.
I was just like, wait a second. The Upside Down is just the Earth flipped. Like, wait a
That
minute.
is so true.
Maybe that was her idea.
Yeah. It's
She was
like,
like, hey,
I know something that worked a little bit.
another project I was working on. I'm
People
gonna
love
bring it
this.
here. It's like her on her resume now.
Yeah. She'll be in a third something with an Upside Down. It's like, okay, are they just, does she have one pitch? Is it just this? Like,
Yeah. It'll always be like different decade or something supernatural.
yeah.
And then looking ahead, I have Suicide Squad and Space Jam.
So before we do that, did you guys see, you saying Suicide Squad made me think of this. People who are like fans of the Snyderverse, like attacked Godzilla versus Kong. So to the point where like Letterboxd had to start removing reviews. It was like a synchronized attack to like discredit the movie to make like the Snyder cut look better or something.
I feel like those are apples and oranges.
Yeah, they're
Right.
so different.
Yeah, but it's like the verse thing, and it makes me think like people need to take a chill pill on these
Also,
like
Marvel
movies.
is crushing both of you.
Yeah, right.
So,
Like all
like by a mile. So
right, those two things right now are lucky that Marvel is like, well, just pump the brakes and hold off on
Yeah.
our next
we're gonna make
phase.
some Netflix shows.
Yeah, but I saw that and I was like, this trying to make the thing you like look better. It's so stupid.
And like they weren't even released the same day or
Nope.
anything. Like they were like 2 weeks
Was
apart.
it like people were like, oh man, the Snyder Cut's not getting views anymore? No, because you watch a crappy 4-hour movie once, you don't need to see it again.
And like
And some people are like, I can't watch that right now. It's 4 hours long.
Right.
and why do fans care if like it had a huge viewing when it first came out and it's dying down now? Why do people take that offensively?
I don't know. It's crazy.
People who wanted to see it have watched it.
Right.
Like,
I'm,
move on.
I'm gonna not think about Godzilla versus Kong or the Snyderverse like until something else comes out. It's like, oh yeah, so I guess in Godzilla versus Kong this happened.
Right. I guess I should go back and watch it.
Yeah, I don't see myself watching. I would watch Godzilla versus Kong again, but I will never watch the 4-hour Justice League again.
Right.
And then another anecdote about GBK. It is the first movie, like in COVID times, that is projected to make money at the box office. People went and saw it at theaters.
Oh, good.
I've been hearing that I think it made like $2 million, like pretty, or maybe that includes, I don't know how it works with how they're making money.
Yeah.
But it made like an insane amount of money like pretty early on already.
Yeah, it made
That's good.
over the like budget of it, I think.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
That's
Turns out
promising
people
for-
want to go to the theater.
Yeah.
It came out at a good time too.
Yeah.
Because people were vaccinated.
It's crazy that whole system is driven by the box office and like people paying to watch it. Unreal.
Yeah.
Until they figure out a way to profit off of only streaming, it's like Hollywood needs
Yeah.
movie theaters. They can never let them just completely die.
Unless the only thing I could think that could happen would be Netflix, Amazon, HBO they almost turn into like a studio, Paramount or Universal or whatever, and it takes over.
That's
and
true.
It uses their streaming prowess to generate like their views and their like budgets for movies and stuff.
Yeah.
Like right now, like a Netflix movie is like second fiddle. In 10 years, it might be like, oh, Netflix, like the new blockbuster from Netflix is coming out this summer. You know what I mean?
That's true.
And it's just like this huge switch because the money is there instead of in the theater. You know what I mean? So like HBO, Paramount, they're doing that. You know what I mean? Like HBO and Warner Brothers are dropping movies and people are signing up for their subscription to watch it. You know what I mean? But it's $15 a month for HBO Max.
Mm-hmm.
And maybe you're getting like that much money is like maybe it's working out financially, but you used to get 20 or 40 a pop at the theater.
Look at
one time.
Disney and Marvel. Like if you want to watch Black Widow on Disney Plus, you have to pay $30.
Right.
There's no way they're gonna not release Marvel movies in the future in theaters.
Right.
Like Spider-Man, it'll be December. It'll be really interesting if they're like not premiere access. You have to go to the theater to see it.
I wonder though if like the total sum of money that's getting put into the industry would be more if like what I was saying about the Netflix, like the streaming services is the backing for these big movies. Just because like I maybe would go to the theater like once every 3 months or 6 months. You know what I mean? Like a couple times a year I would go. And some people sure would go a lot, but like and they'd get my $20 those 3 times that I went. But now they're getting the HBO Max every month. And I don't know. So
but here's the kicker. If movie theaters open up back normal, everything gets back to normal with going to see a movie in a theater, you're not going to get rid of HBO Max.
Oh, sure. So I'm just saying, like, I was just saying if there was to be a switch, would it make sense? And like, I think theaters will come back and it'll still be that way. But in the future, it is possible that the streaming services could become the backing for a lot of like high profile movies.
Yeah.
There's actually a Zack Snyder movie coming out in May on Netflix.
That could be our looking ahead next time. But it's like a zombie movie. I think.
And it looks like a blockbuster movie, like huge.
Yeah.
You gotta be kidding me. You're gonna risk the entire mission for a mental defective dressed as a court jester.
It's coming from a guy that wears a toilet seat on his head.
We don't leave one of our own behind.
Hopefully Harley's still alive.
No funny business, Colonel. These are dangerous people.
Team 2 is clear to go.
Fire up. 3, 2.
What are you guys doing?
What?
We're here to save you.
You were gonna save me?
It was a really good plan, too.
Well, I can go back inside and you can still do it.
That's patronizing.
I'm so sorry. Harley Quinn.
Blood sport.
You know the deal. Successfully complete the mission, you get 10 years off your sentence. You fail to follow my orders in any way, and I detonate the explosive device in the base of your skull.
So this is the famous Suicide Squad.
Nom.
Any questions?
And
Yes, that is your hand. Very good.
we're all gonna die.
I hope so.
Here's the deal. We fail the mission, you die.
If we find out any information you give us is false, you die.
If we find out you have personalized license plates, you die.
What? No.
If you cough without covering your mouth.
Harley, although that isn't an open invitation for you to cough without covering your mouth.
What's the plan?
How the hell am I supposed to know?
You're the leader. You're supposed to be decisive.
This is suicide.
Well, that's kind of our thing.
I'm gonna get you out of here alive.
I'm going to get you out of here alive.
Oh my god, we've got a freaking kaiju up in.
Uh-huh.
We love the rain. It's like angels are splooching all over us.
Only in cinemas.
Ooh.
Did it say that? Oh.
Wow.
James Gunn, director of Guardians of the Galaxy. You can tell with the music. That's his thing.
That's so true.
I am a fan of the Harley Quinn character. She is great, and Margot Robbie crushes it.
Yeah, seriously, when you think of like the Snyderverse or the DCEU as they call it, her and Wonder Woman are the only bright spots.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nothing else has really been that good.
Yeah.
Like Birds of Prey was awesome.
I watched
and
that.
I've
That was
said
really
that like
good, yeah.
5 times now, but
But yeah, she's great. And then I'm a sucker for the monsters, and I love that big shark guy.
Yeah.
I don't know what that's about.
Sly Stallone. That's Sylvester Stallone.
is it?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Yeah, see, that's that. So yeah, I'm in on.
I'll
on
watch
those
it.
two.
Sure.
I didn't know that I guess the Suicide Squad is like a lot of people, like even more than these 2 movies combined. It's like a huge group. Didn't know that, but someone before the trailer even came out, there was like cast images revealed, and one of them is like the guy with the dots all over him who's like clearly depressed. Yeah. And someone was like, "Oh, I can't believe that they found a way to like put this guy in one of the movies and like not have it be dumb." And James Gunn responded and was like, "No, I purposely picked like the stupidest characters and made them the main characters in this movie."
That's awesome.
Yeah, the shark. Yeah. And Pete Davidson. That's fun.
Yeah, surprising.
See how he does.
Yeah, I haven't seen King of Staten Island. It's on HBO Max now, but
Oh, it's pretty good.
yeah,
It was.
I gotta get over some sort of hump with him to like take him seriously.
Watch the movie. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that movie helped.
Yeah.
I think that he
Because you start the movie and you're like, oh yeah, this is him. This is not what
Yeah.
I'm taking seriously. And by the end, you're like, oh.
I like his acting more than his comedy,
Yeah.
if that even makes sense.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I feel like he's a better actor than like he makes me laugh on like SNL, but
Yeah.
some of his stand up I'm
I
like,
feel like he shoots for that like shock
he does.
value or yeah.
Basketball camp is next weekend. You got amazing potential on the court, and I can help you get there.
That's not what I want, Dad. You never let me do what I want to do. You never let me just do me.
Hold up, wrong floor. Bet Will Smith ain't got to deal with this.
Dad!
Down! What in the Matrix hell?
Welcome to the space.
Welcome, King James. I am the king of this domain. This is the serververse.
What'd you do to my son? Where's Dom?
The only way you're getting your son back is if you and I play a little basketball. Pete, send this clown to the rejects.
Wait. What is this? Ah! I'm a cartoon?
Meh. What's up, Doc?
I need to assemble an elite team to help give my son back.
I know what you're looking for. A dream team. Bam! Shoot the ball! Let's try that again, shall we?
King James.
Welcome to
The Space Jam.
introducing the Goon Squad.
You gotta win this game.
end this.
Got you, Kron.
And get our son back.
Yikes. Classic.
Welcome to the Space Jam.
I'm going old school on his butt.
Whoa.
Welcome to the Space Jam.
Produced by Ryan Coogler of Black Panther and like Fruitvale Station.
That looks fun to me.
That was a good trailer.
I get down with that.
Well done. I guess I have to watch the first one.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
So
classic
My
LeBron.
favorite part, I think, in that, I don't know if you've seen the famous picture where Dwayne Wade like gives LeBron, was it an alley-oop?
Yeah.
And he's like, he doesn't even look back at him, and he's like doing this with his like arms, like celebrating already.
Someone snapped like
A perfect photo.
It's incredible.
And like LeBron's in the air behind Wade, like about to dunk when they were teammates in Miami, and Lola Bunny gives that wink because she just like did.
She just did that.
They said like set up the same picture.
It's like
it's just clever to like.
It's just like a legit wink to the picture.
Yeah. So I appreciate that.
So is he not LeBron in this movie?
No, I think he is. I think that's why they stuck him down there.
Oh. Okay.
Or that's why he says we're
That's
going to
not
play
his real
basketball.
son, though, right?
No.
Yeah, that's an actor.
Yeah.
So bold of Don Cheadle's character to challenge him to a basketball game.
Yeah, but he has the Monstars. Or no, they called it the
Oh.
Goon Squad?
Yeah.
Goon Squad, yeah.
Oh yeah, the Monstars got shot back to Moron Mountain.
Right.
So much context that don't even know.
Yeah, I'll probably watch it.
So that's July 16th. Did that say only cinemas?
No, that's a same day thing on
Okay.
HBO Max. It's been
That's what I
they've been
thought.
promoting it.
Yeah.
So nice summer blockbuster.
That's right.
Set up a projector outside.
It's like just a nice hit of nostalgia, plus.
Yeah, the music was very nostalgic.
Yeah.
I think I had a review, but that was 2 weeks ago now, so I have to see if I still have it. Oh, yep, got it. Okay, it was for Godzilla versus Kong.
Oh,
Just
yes.
keep it in the theme.
What are the people saying?
Well, this one's kind of a joke. But 2.5 stars, and they said, big shout out to the guy who converted the skull of Ghidorah into a gamer chair. All right, so we will see you next time on Stream It.